Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Marina and today's video is going to be about LASIK eye surgery and my experience with it. But before I jump into that, I just want to say that I've decided I'm going to be making videos every Monday. So Monday is going to be the day. You can expect videos once a week on Monday. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. So I had my LASIK eye surgery done 2 years ago, which if you watched my other video that I posted last week, you know that that's also the time that I went on Accutane. So a lot was going on 2 years ago, but I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience because I know that when I wanted to do it, that's what I heavily relied on. And I think there's definitely some things that some of you guys will find surprising about LASIK eye surgery. So I just wanted to share what I know about it. So this is something that I wanted to do for a really long time. I actually started wearing glasses in the 4th grade, and then I started wearing contacts in like early high school. So after a while, like I was so over it. I was always jealous of the people who had 20/20 vision, who never had to wear glasses. It was just something that I was definitely interested in. The main thing that held me back from doing LASIK eye surgery was the cost of it. It's definitely pricey, but when you think about all the money that you spend on glasses, contacts, your appointments, like it all truly adds up. And within 2 years, like you've already paid off your LASIK eye surgery. So definitely I would recommend just biting the bullet. I would recommend trying to use up your contacts before doing this if you have them. I had expressed to the people who did my LASIK surgery that I still had a bunch of contacts to use up, and they told me that I could go online and sell them, but I found out that that's illegal. So definitely don't do that. I would not recommend that. If you can use them up before you do the surgery, I would definitely do that. Like I still to this day cannot believe that these people told me to sell my prescription medication. You'll see as I go along in this video that my place wasn't really that great, so definitely do your research. But ultimately, like, it's whatever. I didn't pay all that much. I mean, the experience wasn't terrible and I got my 20/20 vision. So really that's what matters here. So as you guys know, LASIK is not something that's covered by insurance. It's more so like a cosmetic thing. So I found the place where I did my LASIK eye surgery on Groupon. Definitely look at the reviews, like do your research. You can also sometimes get a discount if you're a first responder, like a police officer or a firefighter. So make sure you look into that as well. So the first step is you obviously would get a free consult. Well, for me, the consult was free. I'm not really sure if that's the case for all places, but really they do an initial assessment to make sure that you're qualified and eligible to get LASIK eye surgery. Not everyone is a candidate, so they do have to do a couple tests to make sure that you're even able to have the surgery done. Some things they do are dilate your eyes, check the pressure, check the dryness, and they also check to see if you have any severe astigmatism. Something they might recommend is that you wait until your prescription has been stable for a couple of years before doing this. That's how you can ensure that the surgery is as successful as possible. Once you go through all these tests and they're able to confirm that you're approved and an eligible candidate for LASIK eye surgery, then it's time to have the procedure done. The doctor is going to go over with you any restrictions for before or after the surgery, but I know that you can't wear contacts for a few days beforehand. You are going to have to use some antibiotic eye drops afterwards. So these are some things to keep in mind, but they're going to go over all of that with you at your initial appointment. When you're at the initial consult, I definitely would make sure to ask some questions. Like, for example, I never met my doctor until it was actually time to have the surgery done. Which, like, I mean, it's fine, but I just feel like it would have been a little more professional if they had introduced me to my doctor beforehand and, like, let me ask any type of medical questions that I may have needed to. I don't know. I know I've heard some people's experiences and they did meet their doctor beforehand, so, I mean, it definitely is possible to find a doctor who will do that. Just do your research. So once you're approved, you'll schedule a time for a surgery. The way they did it where I went is they had us all waiting in a room and right beyond the doors where the procedure was. As you might know, LASIK eye surgery is really fast, so it wasn't like a long wait or anything, but it almost felt like it was just kind of like one after the other. It seemed a little bit rushed. Like I said, I know LASIK surgery is on the fast side anyways, but it just felt like a step beyond that. So once it was my turn, I went inside, I laid down in the chair, and right off the bat, like, my place moved really fast. They put numbing drops in your eyes. As soon as they put those numbing drops in, like, you really don't have the urge to blink after that. Your eye is obviously open the whole time during surgery, so something that I was concerned about was feeling the urge to blink, but as soon as they put the numbing eye drops in, you don't have that urge anymore. So once you have in your eye drops, they put like a tool around your eye to hold it open. It literally opens your eye like as much as it possibly can. If you look at pictures online, it looks super like scary and intimidating, but when it's happening, it's really not uncomfortable at first. Everything felt fine. The doctor was telling me to look at the light. There was like a little red light above my head, and she just kept telling me to look at the light, look at the light. And then something that I learned while doing my research, but that my doctor did not warn me about, is that you go blind at one point during the procedure. Like, they cut something and like your vision completely goes dark. I feel like if I didn't know that beforehand, like, I would have freaked out. So that's something that I definitely want to let you guys know. Like, don't be alarmed. Your eye is gonna like lose its vision, which might sound really scary, but it's only for like literally a second or two. Over this whole time, like, she's continuously saying to look at the light and telling me to look at the light. But at one point, like, you almost lose control of your eye. Like, it kind of starts to like go all over the place and do its own thing. And at this point is where I started to feel a little bit anxious and uncomfortable, just because like everything was happening so fast, and like it's a procedure and it's already scary to begin with, and it just wasn't a great feeling. So just something I wanted to mention is, when doing my research, I did notice that some doctors give their patients like Valium or Xanax or something to calm their nerves. My doctor didn't offer that, but I definitely would try and find a place that does, because I mean, obviously the doctor is giving you like a regulated amount, so I wouldn't suggest taking anything by yourself. But if you can find a doctor who offers that, I feel like that would be better, just because during this procedure I did start to feel really anxious and just like uncomfortable. So if that's an option that you can find, I definitely would go that route. Another thing to be aware of is that you will smell the burning of your eye during the procedure, and that's also something that just made me super uncomfortable. Like, I'm not trying to scare you guys, but the whole procedure it was uncomfortable. But just remember, it only lasts a few minutes, and I really don't understand, because what I've heard from other people is that it really was not uncomfortable for them. So I'm not sure if it was just the place that I went to or if I was just like tripping. But for me, I started to feel really uncomfortable and anxious. But just like the blindness that you experience, the burning also is super quick. It doesn't last too long, but it's definitely noticeable. So once your one eye is done, they obviously move on to the next one and do everything all over again. The second time, you kind of know what to expect, so it's just, you kind of just want to get it over with at that point. But like I mentioned, it starts out fine, and then after they start doing whatever they're doing, like, your eye just kind of starts to lose control and just go all over the place. They continuously tell you to look at the light, but like, you almost don't have control over your eyeball. And that, in combination with the smell of burning and the going blind, it definitely wasn't a comfortable experience. But like I said, it really is worth it. I mean, it's super quick, it's over really fast, and then you have 20/20 vision. So for me, it totally was worth it. And like I said, if you find a doctor who will offer some type of like relaxing medication, I feel like it would be like a game changer. So once it's over, I started to calm down. I wasn't feeling as anxious and uncomfortable. They put you in a dark room and you kind of just sit there for a little bit, but from as soon as the surgery is done, they're telling you like, keep your eyes closed, keep your eyes closed. And either way, like, you have the urge to keep your eyes closed. Like, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but basically you just want to close your eyes and just kind of be left alone. Like, it's almost like you feel like violated and your eyes are uncomfortable, and like, you just kind of want to sit there and keep your eyes closed, which works out because that's what they tell you to do anyway. So once the procedure is done, you pretty much just go home and go to sleep for the rest of the day. Some places will give you a sleeping pill to make sure you sleep for the rest of the night. As soon as the procedure is done, they put these shields over your eyes. It's kind of just like a plastic like circle with holes in it, and they put that over your eye with tape, and you keep that on all night until you wake up the next morning. So once I woke up in the morning, I put the antibiotic drops in my eyes, and that was the first time that I saw clear. Before that, the shields that you have on your eyes kind of blur your vision, so nothing feels different, and I was almost scared, like, oh my god, like this didn't make any difference. But once I took those shields off to put the antibiotic eye drops in, I saw crystal clear, and it was, oh my god, the best feeling. Once the procedure is done, you are going to be going in the next day to like have a follow-up appointment. They kind of check your vision, make sure everything looks good, and then you have another appointment 1 week later. So there's a 1-day follow-up and a 1-week follow-up. My doctor told me that it does take a little bit of time for your eyes to reach a full 20/20. I know that was the case for me. My vision wasn't 20/20 the day after, or I think even the week after, but it did eventually get to 20/20 and everything was perfect after that. So if you're going to your 1-day or even your 1-week follow-up and they're not telling you that you're 20/20 yet, don't be alarmed, you will get there. Some things that you might experience after the surgery are things like dryness in your eyes, halos around lights, so like traffic lights or just street lights, you will see some halos around that, but all of that will go away with time. And my doctor actually put these plugs in my tear duct to help with dryness, and I definitely think that that helped with my dry eyes post-surgery. In addition to that, I was also using eye drops to help keep my eye lubricated, and it really wasn't too big of an issue. So all in all, I definitely would try to find a doctor who offers some kind of relaxation pill or like a stress ball or something to help keep you calm during the surgery, because like I said, it is really anxiety provoking. And maybe a doctor that can also provide a sleeping pill for after the surgery to make sure that you're able to sleep the rest of the day like they want you to. Also, if they can introduce you to your doctor beforehand, that's also something that I would try and request if you can. Like I said before, my surgery just felt super rushed and like I was completely disconnected from the doctor, which is fine. Like, you literally see this person for 5 minutes out of your life, but I just would have liked to feel a little more connected with the person who was like cutting into my eyeball. Also, definitely make sure you wait until your contacts run out, and if the doctor you go to is telling you that you can sell your contacts, you can't. Don't do it. It's literally illegal. They like tried to get me arrested. But yeah, so that's really it. The surgery is super quick. There's not all that much to it. The process all in all really doesn't take long. And like I said earlier, the cost is really what held me back. But honestly, if that's your main concern, I would just do it. If you think about all the money that you spend on contacts, glasses, your appointments every year, it really does pay itself so much faster than you think. I don't really know anyone who says that they have regretted getting LASIK eye surgery. Something to also keep in mind is that my doctor's office tried to sell me insurance, like basically if the surgery didn't work or if I needed to do it again in a couple of years, they basically would do it for free, which was over $1,000. To me, it really wasn't worth it. I mean, if I have to do the surgery again, I'll do the surgery again, but it didn't make sense to me to pay for something that I don't even know is gonna happen. And I'm really glad I didn't, because it's been 2 years and my vision is perfect, thank God, knock on wood. So I would just save the money on things like that. Something I did spend a little extra on though are those tear duct inserts that help me with dryness, and that I kind of would recommend, not gonna lie. I do think it helped in the dryness symptom that people experience after LASIK eye surgery. So that's really the only thing I would recommend spending money on. I know this video may not have put your mind at ease because I kind of did have some not so great experiences with my specific doctor, but that's why I just recommend looking a little further into where you're going. But even with the not so great experience with the doctor that I had, like, I honestly would do it again if I had to. I mean, I was uncomfortable for like, what, half an hour out of the rest of a lifetime that I'm gonna have 20/20 vision. So to me, it was worth it. It's fine. But all the negative experiences I had could be avoided by just doing a little bit of research on the doctor that you use. Just find a doctor who's not going to be rushing through everything and who takes the time to meet with you and then answer any of your questions. I mean, that's really the best thing you can do. Okay guys, that's really it. There's not that much to it. I mean, we're in 2019, like it has come such a long way. The procedure is super fast, super quick, like almost no recovery time. I mean, it's kind of straightforward. Okay guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. I really hope it was helpful. If you've enjoyed it, please leave me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment section below. I will get back to you. And please subscribe to my channel. Like I said earlier, I am going to be putting out videos every single Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.